What is up everybody, Dan here. Today we'll be taking a look at my Oculus Quest. I've had this thing for a week now and I think I can give a pretty in-depth review as I've used it a bit. I've known the pros and the cons. So yeah, let's get into it. I've got a couple of topics. First off, we're starting up with build quality. As with all Oculus products, is of a very high standard. The device is nicely designed and constructed out of high quality materials. The Quest feels soft and usable, but also very sturdy and definitely not fragile, because that's definitely not what you want with a thing you have to put on your head and take off a bunch of times. Styling wise, the Quest looks very good, very more like a modern version of the Rift. Looks very sleek and yeah, just a generally very nice looking device. Next up, we'll be taking a look at comfort. This is the part where I have the most to complain about, but it's also a couple of very good things. The Quest is very easy to adjust and get ready for use depending on the person you're putting it on, especially if you're using it with friends. It's very important that you can easily adjust the strap, etc., so it fits nicely on their head. But my main problem is the weight of the headset. The Quest is just really heavy. I understand that the weight was necessary to incorporate all the tech in a relatively small shell, but damn, does it get uncomfortable fast. It can be really be a problem if you're trying to play longer. The biggest problem is not really the weight itself, but the distribution of said weight on your head. At the moment the Quest is very front heavy, so this causes the headset to slide down my face a lot and push really hard on my forehead and cheeks. Part of the irritation also comes from the material the facial interface is made from. It's some kind of weird car seat-like material. I think it's vinyl, which is pretty rough on the skin. This, however, might just be me not reacting to the material very well. Maybe your skin takes it better, but for me it gets very itchy very well. But yeah, a bigger problem is fitment because of the weight. I've tried a ton of ways to wear the Quest, seen in YouTube videos and on countless online articles, but I just couldn't get it to stay on my face very well. Another problem coming from the weight distribution is that because of the front heaviness, the straps pull very hard at the back of the head, which depending on your hair can also get very uncomfortable if you're trying to play for a longer amount of time. Luckily, multiple internet geniuses have already figured out a way to mod the strap to something better, and VR Cover is also making some much softer looking facial interfaces, which I'll probably order very soon. Now, the most important part, is it fun to use? Well, yes, it's very fun to use. Most of the discomfort problems are quickly forgotten when using the Quest to play an engaging game of Beat Saber or Superhot. The lack of wires gives you amazing freedom and makes the VR experience a whole lot more worry-free. No more untangling wires, tripping over them, or knocking over stuff in your room because your wire turned into a whip when you try to do a 360 no-scope in a shooter game. It is truly the next step for virtual reality. Another big plus of using the Oculus Quest is how easy it is to set up. No more worrying about sensor placement or using multiple programs at the same time just to start a single game. You just pop on the headset, draw a guardian border in the room, and you're off into your favorite VR world, which is really great. Depending on what your favorite VR world is, you also have 2 to 3 hours of battery life till the fun is over, which for a first gen wireless VR headset is pretty great. I personally never really spent more than an hour in VR anyways, as my eyes will start to strain and I'll eventually start to feel dizzy, so for me it's perfect. Performance wise, the Oculus Quest puts it on an impressive show, considering the hardware that's in it. Most games will look just fine with some downgrades for their PC counterparts in the lighting and texture department, but so far I've yet to find a game that doesn't run very smoothly. Audio wise, it's a little less impressive. The built-in speakers have decent volume with barely any bass and aren't really that good for indicating where the sound is coming from. Luckily there's a headphone jack on either side of the Quest, allowing you to use your own favorite headphones or earbuds, which is a great addition. And finally we'll be taking a look at the available content for the Oculus Quest. And I have to say currently it's not much. But the killer apps are on there. You'll be able to play games like Beat Saber, Superhot, Robo Recall, Rec Room. But sadly you have to buy a lot of these games again, even if you already own them on your Rift, as there aren't a lot of cross-buy titles at the moment. My main gripe with the Oculus Quest store is the very high app prices. Most games go for around 10 to 30 euros. For a relatively small VR game, which you'll most likely finish within 5 hours, this is a bit on the high side, especially if you already own the game on the Rift. and you have to buy it again, which makes the purchase a little bit sour. But yeah, the Quest store is pretty limited at the moment, as the extremely strict content curation from Oculus is holding off a ton of potentially great apps. So yeah, this is also the main reason there aren't a lot of free games available at the moment. Luckily, however, some very clever people have already found a solution to easily sideload unofficial apps onto the Oculus Quest, giving you a much larger content pool to pick from. Just to end it off, I am very happy with my Quest. I will surely not return it because it's a great device despite some of the drawbacks. I might in the future make some modifications to the strap and facial interface to make it just that little more comfortable for longer use. Although I must say that it is a bit of a shame that the consumer has to do hacksmith DIY solutions to make their €450 VR headset a little more comfortable. So yeah. Anyways, I'm hoping that some more killer apps and games come out for the Quest very soon on the official store to expand the currently very basic content selection. I hope you enjoyed watching and that this review was helpful or confirmed some of your own experiences with the headset. Anyways, thanks for watching, leave a like, comment and subscribe for more VR content, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.